Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a Bible cover slash case for your Bible and how to make it customized to any size that you would potentially need, so you can make a pocket cover or for a regular size Bible or any book, and you can even use it as a purse. I'm going to show you guys how it looks real quick. This is it right here, and has like a strap as well, and you can make the strap twice as long so it can go over the shoulder, or you can keep it like this. It really is up to you. You can customize this literally any way you want. So yeah, I'm super excited to show you guys how I made this. You will probably notice that it's going to be a different color, and that's because I already filmed this case making, and then I realized I didn't like how it was recorded because I skipped a couple of parts and a couple of things, because by the time I decided I wanted to record it and show you guys, it was already kind of into the process. So I decided, because I'm making another one for my little sister, I am just gonna go ahead and show you guys how I make it from start to finish. So that is what I'm going to be doing. So if you're interested in seeing how to make that cover from start to finish, definitely keep on watching. Okay, so these are the base materials you're going to need. You're going to need yarn. I'm using a 4-weight yarn. You can use 3-weight yarn, whatever weight yarn you really want to use. I wouldn't recommend anything more than 4-weight yarn, because then it will be super bulky. But it really just depends on you. The thicker the yarn, the faster it will work up. You're going to need a ruler or a tape measurer. I have this regular ruler from the dollar store that works perfectly fine. You're going to need a crochet hook, and this one is a 3.75 mm or an F hook. You can use any size. I highly recommend a size that's smaller than what is recommended for your yarn. You're going to need a tapestry needle. This is the larger size that I have, but I have some smaller ones too, and that's just to sew in the ends. And you're going to need scissors. Any scissors will do. I just have these, so I prefer mini scissors. You can use literally anything you want. So I'm using 2 colors because I'm going to be making it striped, in this light blue and this light gray color. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, you're also going to need a post-it note or scrap paper and a pen or your phone or something like that to write down your measurements, because if you are going to be making a custom item, you have to take the measurements, which is what the ruler is for. So what you're going to do is take the measurement for the front from side to side, and that is 6.5 inches, as you can see here. I added, it's actually 6.25 inches, but I added an extra 0.25 just to be safe, because the last time I made this I did exact measurements and I had to add a border all the way around because it wasn't long enough. So I just want to make sure that I have a little bit of wiggle room so that it can be a bit taller than the actual book itself. Then you're going to want to measure the side, and I measure it like this, but you can flip it and measure it like this, however you'd like. And so it's a little bit less than 2.25 inches, so that's what I put, 2.25 inches, just because it's a little bit under that. So again, a little bit of wiggle room there. And then you're going to measure this way, and this is I think it was 8.75, yeah, 8.75 inches, a little bit under that. And so I just did 9 inches just to add a little bit of extra space, so you're not like cramming it in and you're struggling to like put everything in your bag. And then once you have those measurements, and you could essentially just open it up and measure it across the span like that, but you're gonna need this front and back measurement anyways separate, so that's why I do it this way, and I just do the math. So you're going to add 6.5 plus 6.5, or multiply that by 2, and I got 13. Then you're gonna add the binding and that's 2.25. So the total we're going to need for our chain is 15.25 inches. And that's going to be our chain. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna speed it up, but real quick, you guys will need to know, and I will probably try and type it out on the screen here. You guys will need to know how to do a chain, how to do a double crochet, single crochet, and half double crochet. So the 3 basic stitches for crochet, you're gonna need to know how to do those 3 plus a chain. Okay, so let's just get into it. So as I mentioned before, I'm using these 2 colors, and I'm gonna do stripes. You can use whatever color you like. It's entirely up to you. Obviously it's a custom item, so you can make it however you want. I'm using these 2 colors, so I'll probably be doing 2 or 3 rows of this color and then 1 row of this color. I'll figure it out as I go. So you're gonna want to go ahead and make a slip stitch, and I'll just show you guys how I make my slip stitch. You can do it however you'd like. You can also not do a slip stitch and just twist around like this and start your chain. It's entirely up to you, again, how you want to do this, and you can use any stitch. It doesn't have to be a double crochet. You can literally do it however you'd like. So I'm gonna start chaining, and I'm gonna do that until I reach the length that I need, which is 15.25 inches. I'm gonna speed that up for you guys because, you know, it's gonna take me a bit. Okay, so I ended up chaining 70, and that got me a little bit more than the amount that I needed. So I'm going to chain 2 more, so that would be 72, because these 2 will work as like my first, I guess, stitch, but it won't count as the first stitch. It will be just like a filler when you chain 2 to put that stitch up to where it needs to be, kind of thing. So I'm gonna go into this next stitch, and you will see that I will be working in this back nub. That's what I call it. I don't really know the official term. Instead of working in between that V shape of the chain, I'm gonna be working into this nubby area right here. So I'm gonna do double crochets all around, and I should end up with 70 double crochets. Your number might be different, but yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing. And I'm just gonna speed it up for y'all so you don't have to sit here for hours watching me do a couple of rows. And I'll be back when I get to the end of this first row. Just so you know, if you do work in this back nub, it might be a little bit more difficult. So I recommend doing your chains a little looser than usual. But it gives a more finished, complete look, so that's why I like to do this. Okay, so I have here close to the last stitch. I have 2 more, so I'm going to do this one here. And then go into the last one. Oops. And then what I'm going to do is chain 2 and turn my work and start all over again. So I'm going to work all the way down the same way, double crochets, and after this I'll decide if I'm going to do an extra row and then do the gray, or if I'm going to do 2 and then 1. I'll measure it and see how many I should estimate to make for the amount that I need. So like 1 row is seeming to be ½ an inch, so I think I'll do 3, and that will give me 3 rows of these. We'll figure it out.
So I decided to do the 3 rows. So here they are. I'm about to do the last stitch of this 3rd row. And what I'm going to do is, since it's a double crochet, I'm going to do the first 2 through the loop, and then with these 2 I'm actually going to pull in this gray color that I have here. So I'm just going to attach that like this, and then I'm going to chain 2, same as I did before. And I'm gonna go ahead and tie these in tie the ends in with that first stitch and keep on going over these ends, and then I will cut, if I can find my scissors, I will cut it at the end of this right here and keep on going. So I'll speed it up for you guys. Okay, so I did the 1 row of gray, and so it's the last stitch. I'm going to do the same thing I did when I was transferring over to the blue, and that is half of that double crochet and then attach the yarn. And honestly, for the blue, you could instead of cutting it like I did over here, you can work that all the way down, and then you can just pull it up on the side. That's gonna leave like less tails to sew in, but since I'm sewing it in as I go, I don't feel the need to do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna chain 2 again, grab those 2 yarns as I turn, and then do my first stitch, making sure I grab the 2 end strands and pulling them, but not too tightly because you don't want it to like deform, and then going over those to weave them in so I don't have to do that later. And basically I'm going to repeat this same pattern, 3 rows of the blue and 1 row of the gray until I reach that 9-inch 8.75 to 9-inch mark that I need. I'm not gonna bore you guys with showing you me doing that like 100,000 times. So I'll come back to you guys when this is completed. Okay, so I have everything ready. I ended up doing 23 rows and it gave me exactly what I needed. I might add an extra gray row. I haven't decided yet, just in case, but I think it should be good with what I have. And so basically what I have done is separated and kind of clipped off with these little like things here because I couldn't find my stitch markers. But anyways, there's 30 stitches here. I'm gonna count and verify that I have 30 stitches on this side, and then there's 11 stitches in between here. So I'm just gonna count and verify that it's all even, 30 on each side, and that the middle is the same. And then I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I do the side panels, and it's gonna be 2 side panels. We're gonna make it in this blue color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and count that, verify that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I do have 30 on each side and 11 in the center. So I'm gonna show you guys how I plan on doing the side panel, and it's gonna be the same for you guys. You just have to make sure that you have the same amount on both sides, and that the side panel is wide enough to fit the actual binding of the Bible. So mine is 2.25, so I'm just gonna make sure these stitches cover that. So oh, you can't even see, sorry. I'm just gonna make sure these stitches cover that 2.25, and they do. So, and I have 30 on each side. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I go about doing the side panels. So I'm gonna put this off to the side. I have my Bible here where I'm just gonna write that information just in case so I don't forget. It's gonna be 30 for the side panel and 11 rows. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna take this blue yarn that I have here, which is what this each side ends on. So I'm going to make each side blue, and then what I'm going to do is chain 31. I need 30 stitches in order to line up this side here. Well, it would really technically be this side here, so I need 30 stitches. 30 stitches, so we're going to go ahead and chain 31 because we need an extra chain 1 to make our row. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, speed it up for you guys real quick.
So this is how much is left over of the gray yarn. I decided to do the 2 panel sides in the gray, and I think I'm going to do the strap, this piece, the strap that goes here in gray too, and then the handle will be the, not sure if you see this piece here. Okay, so now that I have these 2 done, and this is the base of it, I can go ahead and start sewing these 2 together. I didn't leave long tails for these gray because I'm going to just take the blue and use the blue for that. So I did 11 rows of single crochets, and I'm just going to look for the side that's the right side. So you can see here, this is the wrong side, this is the right side. It just looks a little neater, and that's going to be facing outside like this. So I think this should be more than enough. I'm going to take a lot of glue. So what I'm going to do is measure this much and probably do like, well, actually I might measure the entire length. Not sure if you guys will be able to see, but measure the entire length. Take like 4 measurements. That's 5, but we'll do that. And so we have this long piece, and that's what we're going to use to sew it. You guys know that I'm making the strap in this clip, and I ended up making the strap 5.5 inches. Okay, so I am going to begin to make the strap for the purse. I have done the front strap that is gonna Velcro on here to connect it closed, and then I have done the 2 side panels and sewed them on to the base, and I just inverted the colors on here, and I have to sew in the ends, but I'm going to wait till the end for that. And I'm going to do the strap. So I'm pretty sure I mentioned this is for my little sister. So the strap she wanted was a longer strap. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for her. You can use the same hook that you used for the rest of this. I chained 200, 150 to 200 is a good length for a long strap, or you can do like 65 for a short strap. That would be 16 inches for a short strap, and then 30 to 45 inches for a longer strap. And you can do that with just one yarn. But I'm going to show you guys something that's going to help you work it up faster and be easier, I guess. So basically what you're going to do is take the end of this yarn, you're going to fold it on itself, and it's going to be like a little loop. Then you're going to go ahead and fold it on itself again, and you're going to basically have 3 pieces of yarn together. And so I'm going to make that a little longer. I made it short so you guys can see it, but I'm going to make it longer so that I can actually use it. Okay, so got it pretty long. You're going to do the same thing with your hook, but you're going to use a significantly bigger hook. And this is a hook that you would use if you're using like a bulky yarn or something like that. It's 6.5 or K size. So I'm going to start it up the same way I started up all the other ones, and I'm going to just chain as many as I can. Once this piece here, this loop that we have here, starts to get short, I'm going to grab that yarn that's by itself and I'm going to pull it through, essentially creating another loop. I'm going to pull it as much as I can where I don't have to worry about it getting tangled, but I have enough to make a few stitches, and I'm going to keep on chaining. And as you can see, it's way thicker than a regular chain, and it's almost like you're using bulky yarn. So I'm going to chain as many as I need, and I'll let you guys know how many I chain. Okay, so I ended up chaining 130 chains, and I chained one more, and now I'm going to go into, this is my extra chain up here, I'm going to go into the back loop like I did with all of the other rows that I did. I'm going to do half double crochet. This is the same exact thing that I did with the previous one I made. Have that. So this, as you can see, I used 2 colors. I used this light pink and then this medium pink to make this, but I could have used this red, the darker pink if I had enough, instead of using the 3. And the only reason I'm doing that and not using both the blue and gray is because I don't have enough gray. So yeah, I'm gonna half double crochet all the way across the 130 stitches. And so because this yarn is thicker, you're not gonna need as many rows as you did for this. It's not gonna be 11 rows, it's gonna be shorter, probably half that. Okay, so I accidentally forgot to film me sewing the straps on, but you can see I still have all the ends to sew on. But I'm going to kind of explain a little bit about what I did. So basically, I decided to have the straps like kind of on the outside of the person. You can't really see it because the colors are so like close to each other. They're both light, but you can kind of see it here. I just sewed around here, all the way around, and then through here as well. And I basically did that for both sides. And I used 4 stitches, and this is long. You can throw it over your shoulder. Super cute. All I have to do is add the front strap. Add the front strap, and then it will be pretty much finished. Add the front
Why can't I say the word front? Add the front strap and sew in all the ends, and then I'll be done. So I guess I'll just speed past that for you guys, because I'm sure you guys don't care to see me sewing for 500 hours. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the final product. All I have to do is put a little piece of Velcro in here and stick it on here, and it is done. And it's got a long strap, so I can throw it over my shoulder like that. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Oof, that was rough, sorry about that. But if you make this, definitely go ahead and leave a comment down below letting me know that you used the pattern and you made your own Bible case or Bible bag. And if you are interested in me doing a little pocket in the front and showing you how to do that, definitely let me know, because that's something that I am thinking of doing, like a little pen pocket or a phone pouch or something. So this could be like your one bag for Sunday when you go to church or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.